Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of SevTech Ages here on the CreedCraft server. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to share your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. We are working with crystals today. I'm going to carry on with the Astral Sorcery stuff. Over here I've built up a huge array of pools of this liquid starlight, and I've been collecting all of the from here in buckets and just dumping it into all of this. I've got loads of it at the moment. Ooh, excellent. Okay, so what am I doing? First of all, place a rock crystal on top of one of these light wells and it will work for an indeterminate amount of time, collecting up starlight whilst it's dark and filling this bucket. Once you've got a bucket full in this bucket, you can pick it up in a bucket and drop it anywhere. So I've filled up all of these clay barrels. There's 8 buckets in each one of them, and there is 1 bucket in each of the holes here. Now these are used to grow crystals. When you get a crystal, and I'll show you with, let's pick the one at the end here. A few things to go through with this. So if we have a look at this, we have size, purity and cutting. Now at the end of last episode we had a look at the purity of the different rock crystals we got. And then if we place a rock crystal into a puddle of this thing with of liquid starlight, single 1x1 puddle of liquid starlight, with a single piece of stardust, which is this stuff right here, then it forms a crystal cluster, one of these things, celestial crystal cluster. And that grows up over time. If we press F3, we can actually see where it says serialized as metadata there, and it says 1 on the right hand side, just under the Optifine stuff. That means that it is at kind of stage 2 essentially. It starts at 0, so it's stage 2. If you have a look at JEI, at the different crystals here, this is serialized as metadata 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and then this one is 4 when it's fully grown. So this is 0 to 20%, 20 to 40%, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, and 80 to 100. So when it starts off, it looks like that. This is the second form now, serialized as metadata 1. So these will grow up, and then you can break them with a pickaxe, and they will give you a celestial crystal, and at least 1, possibly even 2, usually 2, stardust. So it's actually a way of duplicating stardust as well, which is good because we don't really have access to. I think one of the only ways you can get stardust other than this is to make it in a Hellfire Forge, which requires prismarine and a fair few other things. Really good for ocean-borne maps, but we're not ocean-borne on this. Or by going to the Twilight Forest. We're not quite there yet, so yep, not there just yet, because you can get the star metal ingots that way. How else can you get it? Breaking surface samples of clusters, like we did in last episode around over there somewhere. And that's how we got our first 2. From those first 2, I've managed to get these 4 and the one that I used for this. So it is slow going, but I've only got a few. So once you've got these come up as, again, random values. I managed to get lucky and get one at 97% purity, I think on my 3rd try. And then we've been growing and cutting them. So the way this works, this is at 100%, so I'll show you with this one. If we go over to the grindstone, which is just over here, place that onto the grindstone and turn it a bit. Now you can see 422 size and 88 cutting. Place it on again. And now it's gone down in size, but it's gone up in cutting. So now all we need to do is grow this crystal again in another puddle. And this will become a max size celestial crystal, which is 900. So if we place that in there, grab a bucket onto there, and we'll fill up all of these as well. Now when you get a 900 size, it actually is possible to split them, and that's what's happened here. These will eventually dry out an entire bucket of liquid starlight, and when it does, it has the chance to actually split the rock crystals, or the crystals, and when they split they become much smaller. The cutting goes down drastically on them. However, they do have a chance on increasing the purity levels. So let's see what these are. I think these should be, yeah, these are 99. So this was a 99 purity crystal that went in, and we've got a 202 purity 99 and a 30. So this one's absolutely tiny, but it is purity 99. And so this is what I've been doing, just sitting here watching stuff in the background, filling all of these buckets up. I just heard a mob. Yeah, filling all these buckets up and trying to get the best possible crystals that we can. So why are we doing this? Why do we need all of these crystals? Well, these are used for... Oh wow, that one's actually gone right up already. Let's grab these two. 4, that is nearly there. So that will nearly become a full size. That'll be in this one now. Yes, they're used in crafting recipes. And the one I want to do now, first off today, once this gets up to full size, this one, and we'll place this one in here, why not? And that is create a celestial sword. Now we're going to need a powerful weapon to be able to go into the Twilight Zone with, or the Twilight Forest, sorry. And this is a really nice powerful sword. 14 hearts, or 14 damage, which is 7 hearts of damage in total. And this is when it is size 1800 or size 1800 with purity 100 and cutting 100. The recipe for this is kind of as you'd expect in a luminous crafting table: a stick and 2 of these celestial crystals. So these celestial crystals can be of any size, and that depends on what size this comes out as. You can also do it with rock crystals if you want and get a slightly less powerful sword. I don't know if it affects the damage, but it does affect the kind of the power rating of a sword and what the sword can do. That's the same with all of the tools in Astral Sorcery, and most of the other stuff you can do with it as well. Just gather a few of these up, refill my supplies everywhere, and another one here. There we go. So I've already got in here, this is my stash of good crystals. I've already got 4 rock crystals of size 400, purity 100, cutting 100. And if you've ever made sourdough, I think it's sourdough anyway. Yeah, you start with a starter. You have a live culture, which is like a live yeast, and it just sits there in your kitchen, and you feed it flour every so often, and feed it flour and water, and it will just eat. And you feed it sugar, and it will just eat, and it will grow, and it will stay live and consistent. And so, and you call it a starter. And this is our starter, basically. I've got at least 1 crystal held back at any one time I can use, and these crystals have to be at purity 100. So you can see I've got a celestial crystal of purity 100 there, and a rock crystal of purity 100 here. It doesn't particularly matter about the size of a cutting, because the process of splitting them, like we have seen with these, works exactly the same, and that actually reduces the size of a cutting down anyway. So you're only really concerned about the purity of it. And that's, so you want to make sure you classify your crystals based on their size, sorry, it's based on their purity rather than on their size or their cutting. With this one now, 595, we're getting close to where we can put it, make it into a sword. Let's grab that onto there. I'm just kind of swapping around buckets. Let's fill these ones up, and let's fill that one up. Now with these rock crystals, you can also use resonant what are they called now? Aquamarines. You can use aquamarines, you can use resonant aquamarines, you can use rock crystals, you can use celestial crystals, you can use this tuned celestial crystals. Anything which collects starlight like all of those do will work with these light wells, and they will work for an indeterminate amount of time. I haven't been able to quite work out exactly what determines how fast it makes the starlight, or how fast it is for them to break. But as you saw just before, they do break fairly commonly. And I haven't been bothered to replace these because I want to get on with something else soon. I don't want to babysit all of this now for another 2 hours or so, like I have been. And this is now on stage 2, so it has grown. Now these take between, again these are random in duration to actually grow up. I've seen them take anything from I think about 20 minutes to up to about an hour and a half. And I don't know whether that determines what size they are when they come out or anything like that. Okay, so let's have a look at this one again. We are on 640 now. So you can see how this works. It's a fairly simple process. It's just a little bit laborious sometimes. And what I'm trying to do is grow up a nice stash of these celestial crystals now. I want to be able to use the rock crystals just for basic crafting and collecting of these, and use the celestial crystals for the more advanced crafting, where it actually does matter about the size and the cutting of them and the purity. And there we go. So let me grow this one up to 900 and I'll show you what we're going to do next. So I now have 2 crystals, one size 900, purity 100, cutting 100 on both of them, and I have a stick. So we can create the basic sword recipe in here. It is night time, it's middle of the night, and you can see that produces this crystal sword here. So now if we right click on here, get the nice little animations, and we should get a brand new, really nice sword. And there we go. Size 1800, purity 100, cutting 100, durability 10. Interesting. Enemies killed 0, damage dealt 0. So we need to have a look at this. I don't really want to go off into the into the hunting dimension now. I've actually taken the portal down from that. It got a little bit deadly at times in there. I ended up getting spawn camped, which wasn't nice at all, by I think 2 or 3 different skeletal horsemen, and I just could not get all my stuff back from them. So yeah, I've taken the hunting dimension down, so we can go off and try and find something around here though. I managed to light up the area fairly well around here, but all the way over here, get into some dark territory. So let's just wait for something to spawn. Dude, let's try it on a sheep. Can we one-shot a sheep? Hello. Yes, we can. Hello, Mr. Zombie. Right, you've got 20 health. 11. 3. So I can free shot a zombie in full iron armour. That's nice. Oh, it didn't actually take any durability damage off that. Durability 10 out of 10. Is this an unbreakable sword? If so, that's amazing. Hello. So I can one-shot zombies on criticals. That's good to know. See if we can find another one. There's a skeleton. So we can two-shot skeletons. And spiders. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm being a lot more a lot more offensive at least anyway. I need to get some armour now, so that's what I'm going to try and do next. As for armour, traditionally Tinkers doesn't really have any form of armour in it. However, this mod pack comes with the add-on to Tinkers construct called Construct Armoury, which does actually have different armour things in it. If we have a look at JEI, these are all the different sets of armour. So we have, if we have a look at just for legs, we have wooden, stone, flint, cactus, bone, prismarine sponge, iron, slime, copper, bronze and silver. Now these all have different things like blessed and dense, ambitious, slimy, bouncy. And so I'm thinking that the slime boots here may actually be very good for us. I'm hoping that they are the same as them, but maybe a bit more defensive, because these don't have any armour with them. And I'm hoping that the chest plate does expand to allow you to have a backpack on as well. So I don't know. Oh, we can actually put that in there. Okay. Right, so yeah, that might... Excellent, I didn't know that. Right, so yeah, we can actually wear chest plate as well. Is it still on us on the back? Yes, it is. Wonderful. Right, well, that saved a bit of hassle then. So yeah, I want to try and create some of this, and I'm thinking for the chest plate I want to work on first. I want to get I think a bronze chest plate, get a nice big strong defensibility on there. It's only durability 16. I don't know what the durability is, how all of this works. I mean, I suppose it's alright compared to the lower stuff. I mean, that's 2.5. So it must have a different durability scheme than the rest of it. And then the chest plate accessories we can put on. We can put a cloak, Traveler's Cloak, Slow Fall. Then we have the polishing kits. Material toughness level by 2.5. Yes, we can increase the toughness of them. In here I've got if we have a look at the pattern chest, I've added in the patterns for the helmet, the chest plate, which is currently in the part builder, the boots core pattern and the leggings core pattern. So I've added those in already, and we've got some bones in here. The bones gives you, if we have a look at this, gives you calcic. I don't exactly know what calcic is. However, there is a way we can find out. We're going to make this materials and you the armory compendium. And that is a materials and you and a blank pattern. I've only got one of these, so I need to make another one which is just plank cloth and brown dye. So I have some plank cloth and some brown dye. That creates a spare materials for you. Place that in there to make a materials and you armory addendum. I'd be interested to know if this includes everything from here. There's also one thing I do want to build, which is a crafting station, and two like that makes me an armor station. I'm going to place this down as well, and this allows me to build the armor. You need the core, you need armor trim, and you need armor plates. Right, okay, so I do need more stuff than this. If we go to pattern, stencil table, that's the one. We need that one, and the armor plates. Do we need these as well? What's that? Unfamiliar, so no, we don't need that. Unfamiliar, unfamiliar, and unfamiliar. So yeah, for the helmet we need those. For the chest plate we need chest plate core, armor plates and armor trim, and then for the boots, boot core, armor plates and armor trim. Let's have a look at this armory addendum. This is the first time I've seen this, no idea what it's like. So armor station and forge. I'll read this properly later. I'm just going to go through and have a look at the modifiers and stuff, the materials. Remember how to repair tools, the same applies. Item equivalent, yeah, so it's the same as using the weapons. Be interested to know how the durability works as well. But yeah, let's have a look at materials. So wood gives us exactly what you'd think, stone gives us exactly what you'd think, cactus gives you thorns, bonus protection against unarmed with flint, calcic, milk rejuvenates you and your armour. Oh, okay. Skeletal makes your armour tougher. So it looks like we actually want the trim to be, to be bone. I might do bone for all of them. Obsidian, we can actually get obsidian now as well. So no. Endstone, no. Paper, writable. Sponge. Your armour gets stronger in water and rain. Considering I try and sleep through the rain as much as I can. Combustible sets fire to surrounding creatures when ignited. Probably not. I've already had too many problems with fire. Magnetic is nice, but I don't know if I want it to be active all the time. Getting hit sometimes gives you bacon. You'd rather eat your armour than starve, so my armour actually has a nutrition value. I imagine with protein. Might save you in a pinch, who knows? Night slime. Ooh. I wonder if that's last stand. It'll save you on half a heart. Somehow you feel healthier. So night slime would be a good one to put on trim and plates as well. Slime. Your armour tends to bounce around. And slimy, that means you leave slime piles. Autoforge, the armour repairs itself in fire. Nice. You run faster when you're on fire. Excellent. Armour works better in hotter environments. Extra protection from non-nether mobs. Increases your overall movement speed. That's nice. Ambitious, you gain additional XP. Kind of thought that would be right. Dense. Armour lasts longer when it has less durability. That'll be handy. Extra protection from magical damage and subdues knockback. Discharge weakens undead on contact. That's nice. And then steel, indomitable, makes your armour more effective. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get, for now, I've got this calcic bone core. Now I'm going to need to do this because I need to be able to put it in here and pour this onto it to be able to make the cast. Unfortunately, you can't do this with a regular chest piece. It has to be one of those. And I'm going to have to do that again with the other parts as well. So this is just to show you what what's going to be happening with this. Do I have my bronze ingots in here? I've been repairing my armour. Sorry, my weapons with it. So let's get 6 of these and we'll see what kind of armour we can make. And so now I have all of the armour made up. You ready? It looks so silly. It looks so silly. I'm not sure whether I like it or not. This is copper. Sorry, no, not copper. It is bronze armour with the bone trim and the bone plates on it. So it's okay. It's not bad. We can see the helmet has 1.92 with 2 armour toughness. Durability of nearly 300. The bronze chest plate, 431 durability, which is a plus 4.8 defense and armor and 2 armor toughness. The bronze leggings, 3.6 and 2, and again the boots are 1.68 and 2. That's 351 durability, and these are 405 durability. Now, a good thing about these compared to normal armour is that they won't just disappear when they break, they will just stop being effective. They'll also level up. It's part of Tinker's Tools level up stuff, so we can actually add modifiers to them. This has 1 modifier currently. In fact, they all have currently 1 modifier. So we'll have to be able to see what the modifiers are on that. However, I'm inside here because we've been pranked. I went offline and for a while, only for about 2 or 3 hours, came back on and Got loads of trees outside. Nathan! These are fir trees from Traverse. And they're all over the place. Look at this. Look at this. They're all over. I don't know what to make of them. I kind of like them. I was worried at first about spawn proofing, but these leaves are far enough up to not worry about underneath them. I have gone around with F7 mode, just having a look underneath all of the trees, make sure, and that's way into the area where we don't care about. So yeah, they seem to be okay. There's a couple over here that I will need to get rid of because they're right in the middle of a place where I'm going to be building at some point soon, which is all of these ones over here. And although this looks really nice, this area used to be a big ravine. In fact, if I go down here, you can see underneath it. So I've taken off all of the dirt from down here, leveled it up, well, leveled it out, and let's get rid of you. Thank you. Yeah, I've put a top layer of grass on it. So we've got all of this area here to build on, although it's now a fir forest. So yeah, I'll have to see what we can do with that. I'm a bit loath to take them away too soon. I do quite like them. And I'll see if they grow on me at all, but one thing I was worried about is have they destroyed the view from the bridge? Oh yeah, and this is another thing they've done. I don't like this. It's from Twilight Forest. It's called a huge something. I can't remember exactly. What's it called? Let's head out to it. Eat, so I can actually run. Thank you. Huge stalk it is called. But as you can see, it's an absolute mob trap over here. Yeah, huge stalk from the Twilight Forest, and you can head all the way up to the top of it. But yeah, I may end up taking this down because it's just it's an eyesore. It doesn't belong here. It's not the right place for it at all. But as we go back over the bridge, can we still see the house from between the fir trees? Because that's one thing I really did like. But it does cut out on them. Yeah, I may have to take a couple of these down. So now that we have our arms and armour, we're nearly ready to go into the Twilight Forest. We just need the star metal ingots. So if we have a look in here, it is the dead of night at the moment. I've built up a recipe for the star metal ingots. However, the amount of starlight we're getting here isn't quite enough. So there's a couple of ways we could get around this. First of all, we could walk around with a Fossick resonator. One of those things we built, I think, last episode. Might have done. Maybe a couple of episodes ago, can't remember now. We built one anyway, and you walk around with one of those at night and find areas where you get blue kind of mist on the ground, and that is an area of high intensity starlight, and that can increase this gauge even further, but it's there at the moment. We need it up to there. The other way you can do it is to increase the height of the actual thing, and what we're going to do though is I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to take all of this stuff and I'm going to go over and use one of the other guys, mainly because I can't be bothered moving all of that stuff up by like 50 blocks into the air. So if we head over to Wandering One's place, he has his altar all the way up in the sky up there. I think he's slowly building up his pyramid again here. But we can come into the top here and head all the way up. And there's another ladder here. And here we go. It's actually a celestial altar there, so it's a bit more easy to use this one. It requires less, and you can see up here we've got a full amount. So we place these in here. This is actually going to create 5 of the star metal ingots, and then they go on there. No, they go around. No. 1, 2, 3, and then. And then these ones go like that. And that gives us star metal. So we right click it with a resonating wand. And this will either give us all of them in one go, it'll kind of bulk craft it, or it'll do it one at a time. It's taken a bit of time, so I'm hoping that it'll do it all in one go. When I made the illumination crystals, or the illumination ones, I'll just show you the recipes for these while that's crafting. This is nice and simple: glass shards, pile of sand, aquamarine and gunpowder. And then and that creates 8 of these. And then the nocturnal powder, which we need as well, is 1 of those illumination powder, coal, black dye powder and lapis lazuli. So it's nice and easy recipes. And yes, it has created 2 of them. Okay. So we need to do that again, and we will get all 5. So now all we have to do is smelt these down just normally and place them in a furnace, and they will go through. So we will come back to them, because there's one last thing I want to do today, which is create my tools. At the moment we're using tinkers, which is all well and good, and I do like tinkers. However, we can do better. We can do a lot better, and especially when going into the Twilight Forest, we're going to need some decent stuff, and so we can stay in there for a long time, and that is exactly what these will do. Now, I've spent a long time today sorting out all of this Astral Sorcery stuff, creating a load of liquid starlight. See, there's 8 buckets loads in there. There's another nearly 12 bucket loads in there, and I think a couple of these are full as well. Yeah, there's 8 in that one, 1 in that one. And I've managed to build up a good number of decent crystals. So these are my starters. So these are all purity 99. So all my starters are purity 99, because when they split, it gives you 1 at 99 and 1 at 100, which means that you always get your starter back. If you use a 100 crystal like this one as a starter, then you'll be more likely to try and use both of them for crafting then, and you'll have to start again with a lower purity starter. So having the starters at 99% is probably the best way I've found, at least playing around with it today, of consistently getting 100s and still definitely having enough left over to be able to start again. So I've managed to get 7 full-size celestial crystals here today. Just rinse and repeat what we were doing before with celestial crystals, and you get them up to 900, 100, 100. The only thing you've got to be careful of is not leaving them in too long. So when the liquid disappears, go in, pick it up, have a look at it, have a look at the size. If it's at 900, stop there. Don't automatically put more liquid in. So these recipes are nice and simple, however I do need some sticks. We'll head on over here and grab some sticks, which are there, because the recipes are pretty much exactly what you'd think they are. I don't know how much starlight it uses. I think you may be able to do this one in daytime. So let's have a look. We need 3 of those. So let's get the shovel. Yeah, we do need. So let's wait till nighttime. So now we're at nighttime. We do have enough starlight here to be able to craft these. So just grab the resonating wand, and we can get a brand new pickaxe. So there's the brand new pickaxe. Now we can get the axe. So let's resonating wand on that. So here is the axe. And then finally we can get the celestial shovel. Click on that, and this one won't take long. And there we go. So we have Celestial Pickaxe, size 2700. It's better than the last one I made, which was... is it in here? I've got a Celestial Shovel there, the Crystal Shovel that I made, which was size 400, whereas this one is size 900. So you can see they are a lot better. Let's see how fast this mines. And on the way past, we can pick up our ingots. 5 star metal ingots. Enter the twilight. Okay, that's actually given us that advancement. So now we have push it real good. Push it real good. You need to push items around to find a piston in the gas tower, or located in Twilight Forest. That is a gigantic ghast in the sky, which we need to use the bow for. Or locate resources to craft it. So we actually have a piston crafting recipe now. Still haven't found any redstone though. And reactor idle, you're going to need a Carmite reactor. So that's getting into all of the Twilight stuff. We'll be starting off the Twilight stuff next episode. So let's just have a look into this nice wall here. Wow, I thought this would be Instamine. I'm actually a little bit disappointed in that. I mean, it's much faster than what we've been used to, but it's nowhere near as fast as I thought it would be. Oh well. Anyway, despite the pickaxe not being as amazing as I thought it would be, that is all we've got time for today. So if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.